Now, many in the alt-right claim to be big fans of the First Amendment. I mean, of course, they get mad every time that somebody interrupts them at a college campus or doesn't allow them to speak, right? Now, how dare you violate my free speech? But free speech, I'm being oppressed. I'm being oppressed. Stop it, you cucks. You're coming after me. Well, okay, you seem to not understand what free speech is. But whatever. You also probably don't understand what a cuck is. But, okay. So the question is, are they really for free speech? Again, they don't seem to be in favor of actual free speech. I mean, for example, you could make an argument that the recent NFL decision is a violation of at least free expression, which is pretty close to free speech. And even, look, you could say that the president's involvement does raise a legitimate First Amendment issue. So are we seeing anything from these supposed free speech warriors about this? About the First Amendment? Not necessarily. So are they for free speech? I wouldn't think so. And apparently there is one person inside the alt-right movement that agrees with me. He just happens to be named Richard Spencer. Now, last month in a episode of the podcast affiliated with the now defunct altright.com, co-host Gregory Conte, who works as director of operations at Spencer's National Policy Institute, was speaking with Spencer about possible government regulation of social media in response to tech companies suspending alt-right activists from social media platforms. So they're suspending people, or they were suspending people who are alt-right from Facebook, and these guys decided to talk about, well, do we need the government to come in and say that you can't do that? Well, Conte thought, or said that he thought the alt-right would favor government regulation of speech in the short term, however seemed uncertain about what the alt-right would support long term. Now, here is a little piece of that conversation.
But as far as government regulation, I mean, yes, I think in the short term we would favor government regulation of speech, but long term, are we even pro-free speech?
No, of course not. But we have to use this platform in order.
So we're being radically honest here. And,
yes, radically pragmatic. Yes.
Are we in favor of free speech? No, not really. We're just using it. We have to be radically pragmatic. What does that even mean? Well, it means is that basically they're just using this argument. They're hiding behind free speech in order to go after the libs. So not only that, but of course they use this free speech argument in order to raise their own profiles and to spread ideas that are absolutely dangerous. Now remember, Richard Spencer, he's like, well, I'm not a white supremacist. Well, I'm a white nationalist. So that means he's for a white ethno-state. Now, why would you want to set up a white ethno-state? Maybe it's because you feel superior to black and brown people and you don't want to have to associate with them. That would seem to be kind of racist to me, but okay, whatever. Definitions, right? But anyway, they use this argument of free speech. Oh, I have the right to say whatever I want. I'm a big defender of free speech. I have free speech and I defend everybody's free speech, right? And then they use the idea that they are free thinkers. Well, they use both of those to get into mainstream politics. And then when somebody challenges them and their horrific ideas, whether it be in a college campus or not, or says that we don't want to, or college decides we don't want to cover your security and pay exorbitant amounts for you just to come and speak to two people or to sit there and just basically rile up everybody at the college campus. Well, then they accuse the college campus of not being in favor of free speech. And of course, there are videos all over on YouTube and wherever of people that are so angry. People on the right that are apparently so angry that they can't speak on college campuses to their 5 fans. Okay, look, on that issue, I don't care if you speak at a college campus. Go ahead. Look, for me, if I were... my advice is basically, okay, let them talk. Let them go talk in the corner with their 5 people and I would hold my own speech at the same time. Let's see whose speech gets frequented more. Let's see who shows up. But anyway, look, the whole thing is really just classic projection. I mean, you heard it here, right? You heard it from his own lips. This isn't about free speech. It's about pragmatism. It's a pragmatic move. Now, this move is, again, to elevate themselves and to shut down dissent. That dissent, of course, is from the left wing. If it means using the government, which is now under the control of the right wing, Donald Trump, if they shut down left-wing speech, or if they shut down the press, who they view as too liberal, which in reality, they're not even close to being liberal. There is no liberal press. They're okay with that. Well, if it's speech I don't agree with, then we can shut it down. We can use the government to shut down your free speech. And you know what? That's exactly what they've always wanted to do. Fascists will always try to shut down speech that is left-wing. They will try to shut down left-wing dissent. Because fascism and free speech are completely incompatible with each other. And if you are not actually in favor of free speech and defending all speech, no matter where it comes from, well then, what are you? Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.